Hello students, moving to the next very important part of the chapter fundamental unit of life, that is cell. So in this session we are going to discuss about endoplasmic reticulum. Now before I start on with endoplasmic reticulum, there are three cell organelles in the cell. Okay, three different parts in the cell that helps in the production of proteins, right? So these three parts I can compare it to an analogy, like you have seen a Lay's factory. If you want to make Lay's, what you will do, you will first have to go to the farm, get the potatoes, then take it to a factory where it will manufacture the wafer, and then finally that is a second step, that is you manufacture wafers, and finally you have some onion garlic powder, you have some chatpata masala, and you sprinkle that, and finally you pack it, and then it is exported so that it can reach to each and every person. In the same way, protein is being synthesized in the cell. It also requires three things: a manufacturer, a raw material, a manufacturer, and then a packaging component. So you're the person or the cell organelle who brings the raw material for proteins. Now what are the raw materials for protein? These are amino acids. So all the amino acids are brought by a very important cell organelle, that is ribosome. Then proteins are manufactured or prepared in the second cell organelle, that is endoplasmic reticulum, and finally it is packed. It is packed so that it goes to the specific part of the cell, and that is done by Golgi apparatus. Okay, please remember this analogy, which will help you understand the function of three different cell organelles very nicely. So now in this session we are going to talk about endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum, also said to be ER. Okay, short form is also written many a time, so don't get confused. It is endoplasmic reticulum. It is a membranous organelle. Membranous organelle means you find this type of membrane-like structures, long tube, cylindrical tube-like structures around the nucleus. Okay, if you are given a question wherein you have to identify endoplasmic reticulum, you will always see a nucleus in the center, and to that you will see this membranous cylindrical structure. If you see this, then it is said to be endoplasmic reticulum. So it is a membranous organelle. Membranous means it has membranes, a tube-like structure. It is found only in eukaryotic cell, only in advanced cell. Prokaryotic cell do not have cell organelles. It has only one cell organelle, that is ribosome. So ribosome is only present in prokaryotic cell. Okay, whereas all the different organelles is present in eukaryotic cell. So this endoplasmic reticulum is present only in eukaryotic cell. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum in every cell. The first one is smooth, also said to be SER, that is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and second is rough, also said to be RER, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum. From the physical properties itself, you can see in some endoplasmic membranes there is no ribosome attached to it. If there is a small structure, now suppose this is a endoplasmic reticulum, I attach ribosomes to this. If the ribosomes are attached to the membrane, then it is said to be rough because the surface becomes rough, and there are some membranes where no ribosomes comes and attach, then it is said to be smooth. So if you see the surface, since ribosomes are attached to it, it is said to be rough. Since here you do not get anything attached, it is smooth. Okay, so two types of endoplasmic reticulum, rough and smooth. Now, very important function of endoplasmic reticulum, it manufactures membrane. Now, just back in the session I told you that it manufactures proteins. How can you say that it manufactures membranes? So it is that the membrane, the cell membrane, the plasma membrane, which we studied in our earlier sessions, which we discussed in our earlier sessions, are made up of proteins. And these proteins are manufactured by endoplasmic reticulum. So hence it is said that it manufactures membranes and perform biosynthesis function. Biosynthesis is makes proteins which are very important for the cell to perform its function. Structure, as we discussed, it is a membranous structure. It is present near the nucleus. It constitutes 50% of the membranous structure in the eukaryotic cell. And if ribosomes are attached, it is said to be rough. If not attached, it is said to be smooth. One more important point which you have to remember, rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes proteins, whereas smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes lipids. Okay, so lipids is another biomolecule which is very important for our cell, for our life. So these lipids are synthesized by smooth endoplasmic reticulum, whereas rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes proteins. Okay, who got the manufacturing for protein? Who got the amino acid? Ribosomes got the amino acid, which is the raw material to make proteins. Then who will manufacture? It will be rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which manufactures. And finally, you will have Golgi bodies. Okay, now let's see what is this Golgi body. So what is the Golgi bodies doing? It is packaging. It is tagging the protein so that it goes to the specific place in the cell. If you send this way proteins in the cytoplasm without packaging from the endoplasmic reticulum itself, what will happen? The protein will disintegrate. It will break down because it is not packed properly. Right? If you don't pack the Lay's wafers properly, what will happen? They will all break down. Right? Hence, we put it in plastic bags, sprinkle some masalas over it, and then we transport it in the same way. The proteins are also packed and transported. Who packs the protein? Yes, it is the second important cell organelle, that is Golgi apparatus. You know why it is said to be Golgi? Because this cell organelle in the cell was discovered by a very famous scientist, a well-known scientist known as Camillo Golgi. Why it is known as Golgi apparatus? Because the scientist Camillo Golgi discovered this Golgi apparatus. It is again a membrane-bound you can say cell organelle. So how will you differentiate between endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi bodies? So besides the Golgi bodies, you will see this vesicles present. What are these vesicles? These are the bag-like structures which are having proteins in it. Okay, so if you see the vesicles around the Golgi bodies or around the membranous structure, and the membranes here will be parallel. Okay, so two things which will help you identify Golgi apparatus, which is a general question asked in exam. Identify the following cell organelle and state its structure and function. So if you identify it wrong, then your whole marks will get deducted. Hence, what you will first see that whether the membranes are parallel to each other, and if they are parallel to each other, secondly, whether they are having bags around them or vesicles around them which are carrying the proteins. Okay, so Golgi apparatus discovered by Camillo Golgi, membrane bound structure, parallel, consists of vesicles, and what is the function? To modify the proteins. It is to tag the protein. Whatever changes has to be done, additional changes after the protein has been synthesized, some additional modification has to be done. That modification is done by Golgi apparatus. And once the modification is done, it is packed in a bag-like structure, that is vesicles, a membrane-bound vesicle, secretory vesicle also it is said, and then it is transported in the cytoplasm to whichever part of the cell it is required. Okay, so that is all about Golgi apparatus and endoplasmic reticulum. When you talk about ribosomes, ribosomes are just small structures, round structures, which are synthesized by, if you remember, it is synthesized by nucleolus. Okay, ribosomes are synthesized by nucleolus in the nucleus, which we discussed in the last session. So these ribosomes are spherical bodies present in every cell, in prokaryotic cell as well as eukaryotic cell, and function is transport of amino acids to endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, these are small spherical structures present in the cell which helps in transport of amino acids to the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so this is all about the three important cell organelles which are important for production of proteins: endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies or Golgi apparatus, and ribosomes. If you have any doubt, please do write in the comment section. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel and click on the like button. Thank you so much.